I'm dying to hear what you thought of AJ's performance, what you thought of Otto Wallin's performance, and everything associated with it.
Yeah. Look, there's a movie. What's that movie out there? Rob, you're going to get it up for me maybe. Or so-and-so got her groove back. Right? It's
Stella?
Yeah. Somebody.
How Stella got her groove back?
Yeah. Well, this is about how Joshua got his groove back. That's it. That's the headline here. Joshua got his groove back. And when I say groove, Ken, it's all one word. Confidence. He got his confidence back. That's why he looks... I'm with you. This is the best he's looked in a long time. And it's because he got his groove back, because he got his confidence back. And part of it is Wallin. I'm not afraid to go there. Part of it's Wallin, but he did the job, Joshua, taking nothing away from him. And Eddie Hearn, they do a great job. But and Davidson, his trainer now, I don't know who's going to be his trainer after this, because he had gone with the other guy that was Spence, and then he left him. He went to Davidson. Now he's supposed to go back to James, who had Spence.
Wasn't he with Robert Garcia for a minute?
Well, I don't know. I
think he was.
He changed his trainers the way you change track shoes. But at the end of the day, part of him getting his confidence back has been a progression, working with guys that he's working with, getting fights, progressively moving forward, getting back to that place, hopefully. But I'd be not me and not telling you the full facts if I didn't say part of it is Wallin. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. Styles make fights. That's part of it. But also, Wallin's not a puncher. And I think knowing that he couldn't punch, that Joshua was a little easier for him to be what he needed to be, which is the boss again. He hasn't been a boss for a while. And to be the boss again, that's the best way I can say it. And he was the boss again. It took him a minute, but then he hurt Wallin with a body shot, and I could see it. I said, oh, he knows he could take charge. He knows he could be the Joshua that he wants to be, he has been. In other words, he can be the conductor of this orchestra instead of just part of the orchestra where, the music is playing and he's just going with the music. No, he needs to be the conductor of the music, the conductor of the orchestra. And for the first time in a while, he was the conductor. He took those things. What do you call those sticks? What do you call those damn things? You go to the opera every Friday. Come on. Every Saturday, whatever. I'm sure you got those glasses that you flick out and you look from the opera box, from that special box. Come on.
The opera goggles?
Yeah, goggles, whatever they are. Remember, what was that? Pretty Woman, where Julia Roberts, where Richard Gere had her up in the opera box, and he gave them to her. She's going, how do you work these things? And she's going like this, and they're flipping all over the place, and then finally...
I will say that is one thing that I have never attended an opera. I've never even seen one, but I would love to go.
Well, we'll have to go.
I haven't seen one.
Well, we're going to have to go.
That'd be good. You and
we're
I
gonna have to
have
go.
a team opera outing.
Yeah, call Pacelli up and tell him we want to go. Whatever. All right. So he didn't, those sticks that you use as a conductor, obviously he didn't need them. It was him. It was his fist. But he pushed the fight. He was in control of himself, and therefore he was in control of the fight. He used his jab to set punches up, to go to the body, to push Wallin back. When he's
By the way, that stick is called the baton. The conductor's baton is what you're looking for.
Well, he had the conductor's baton working overtime. And,
that's right.
And somebody took those batons away from him a while ago, and he got them back. And he's better when he's pushing a fight. And he was pushing a fight aggressively, smart, good technique, but he was in charge, and he was aggressive, not just physically, but mentally. You could see that he was looking for opportunities. When he wasn't pressing back, you know what he was doing? He was countering. It was a beautiful mix. He would press him back a little bit, go to the body, press him back behind the jab, look for the right hand, and then all of a sudden, he'd take a little step back, create a little gap, and look for the counter, and get the counter. So he had both gears working, because that's how it works in boxing. When you got one gear working, the next gear comes into play, falls right into place. Where you're pressing a guy, now that's going to set up the back end. The front end is you're pressing, you're setting up your combination. The back end is now you can look for counters, because now the guy's going to get a little bit over anxious. He's going to look to land a big shot to make up ground. And now all of a sudden you got opportunities to do some counter punching. So you got the front end, the back end. He had the front end, the back end working. He had it all working. And he was getting better and better. And until finally Wallin, he got to him I think it was the 5th round, where he got to him, and then they stopped it in the corner. I don't know if the fighter stopped it or the corner stopped it. It doesn't matter. But they stopped in the corner. What was it, after 4 or after 5? I think it was after 5 where they stopped it. But
1 sec. Keep going.
But
I'll confirm.
Bottom line is, look, Joshua was better in all areas, with Wallin. But he's better in all areas with a lot of guys. But he doesn't always show it, because he don't always have those batons in his hand. He's not always the conductor. When he's the conductor, he's a damn good fighter. Obviously, he had more talent in all areas, power, speed.
He made it through 5 rounds, and then Joey Gamache stopped the fight. But you could see when he walked back into the corner, Gamache just looked at him and was like, yeah, that's enough. Like, when it ain't happening. But I like Joey Gamache. He had supreme confidence in saying, like, yeah, you're done. This is this ain't happening today.
No, he
and he was
out for his
banged
fight.
up his nose. Yeah, exactly. It's the way it's supposed to be. Not a conversation.
No. More talent, power, speed, for a confident, smart fight. Again, he had the batons back. That's it. I don't have to overstate this fight. I think the fans, if you should be satisfied with what I just said. You probably say, "Oh, why didn't you go on, Teddy? You've knocked him in the past. Why didn't you go on for an extra half hour?" It's not necessary. Your man was terrific, but he was he's what he's supposed to be. He was in charge of the man himself. He had the batons in his hand. He had the confidence. He behaved like a confident fighter, not just a guy with a great body, not just a guy who's won a gold medal in the Olympics, not just a guy who's probably made $100 million. God bless him and Eddie
at
Hearn.
Least.
Whatever. Not just that. He behaved like a guy who wanted to be in charge. He behaved like a guy who wanted to, maybe be a champion again.